and welcome to a new video. Today, it is my birthday, so I decided to invite all my Minecraft friends to join me for a video. Come out, guys. Guys, please, hello. Is anyone there? Please, yay, me. The only other person featuring in this video is my mum. Oh dear. For this special occasion, I decided to build something a little bit interesting. Something all you nosy people out there want to see. You've seen my house, now you get to see this. Enjoy. So the day this video is actually being uploaded, the 29th of June, it is my birthday, and I wanted to build something special, so I decided to build my childhood bedroom. It's weird because this bedroom looks nothing like this anymore, as my parents have changed it since I moved out of the house, so most of this was done by memory. I did have one video on my channel where I did a setup tour, and that video was uploaded nearly 9 years ago, so I was only 17 at the time. However, I moved into this room when I was 11, and I tried to make it how it was when I first moved into it. A few things changed, obviously, from when I filmed the setup tour to how it was originally, so I was trying to do a lot of stuff from memory, which was quite tricky to do. But as I built more and more of the room, things started to come back to me. I was like, oh yeah, I used to have this there, and I had a bin there, and I had all this stuff that I just remembered off the top of my head, and I was like, oh yeah, and it brought back some really cool memories, which I really enjoyed. This, however, does also mean that this isn't going to be as accurate as when I built our house that we live in right now, because I could just go around, see the dimensions of stuff, whereas here I was doing it all from memory, so some things are a little off, like the wall heights and stuff in comparison to me. But funnily enough, the proportions are pretty accurate if you imagine my character in Minecraft is 11 years old and quite short, because I was a very short 11-year-old. So the cool thing about this house and this room that I'm building right now is that my parents found this house about 24 years ago when I was only about 2, and it was in complete ruins. They had to tear down 2 out of the 3 walls that they had. And all in all, it took 10 years to build entirely, because they were doing most of the stuff by themselves and not wanting to employ people to do it quickly because it was too expensive. And we moved in when I was nearly 11 years old or so. But this meant that when I was really young, like 8 to 9 years old, I got to help influence how I wanted my bedroom to look, which is why this is such a crazy cool room. Like, for an 8-year-old or 9-year-old, this was my dream. But obviously I didn't stay 9 and 10 forever. I grew up and sort of outgrew this room, as there was just lots of stuff in it that kind of doesn't really fit in with like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. So when Lizzie came over to my house for the first time, it was kind of weird having sort of a just complete children's bedroom. A lot of stuff had changed, however, from this original setup in comparison to how it looked when I was 18, but a lot of the stuff was still there. Now, the coolest thing about this room, which you will see in a second, is that this room has 2 floors. That's right, I had a little mezzanine level, which is what you can see in the right of the screen at the moment. That bookshelf there worked as a set of stairs. My dad designed all this, and it was so cool. I was really happy with how it turned out. And on top of the mezzanine level is where I had my train set, and you'll see in a second, there's something about the train set that is just amazing. As when I was really young, I was completely obsessed with trains. I used to love the train sets. I had the massive train set that I'd built up from all my birthdays and Christmas presents throughout the years, and I was super proud of it, and that's what I kept on the mezzanine level. I couldn't build it in massive detail as it is so small, as it's a little train set, so you'd probably have to use your imagination a little bit. And to be honest, I still love this train set to this day. If I could, I would have a place in our house where I'd just have a room for train sets. It's really sad and like kind of nerdy, I know, but I don't care. It was just my thing. In fact, recently, I combined my love of trains and building and bought a Lego Hogwarts Express and little train station that it came with, because I just wanted to build something out of Lego, and I hadn't built something out of Lego in such a long time. That actually took a long time to build, and I loved it. Now, where the train set was on the mezzanine soon turned into where I put my video game stuff. I used to have my TV up there with my computer and my Xbox 360, and I'd sit on a beanbag on the mezzanine, as you would actually bang your head if you stood up in most places of it, which is why the proportions a bit off, like I said earlier. And that's actually where I recorded most of my first YouTube videos ages and ages ago. I then changed my room around again at one point and moved my PC down onto the desk, which I actually added in later, as I didn't actually have anything on the desk and I thought it looked a bit bare, so I decided to add it in where I kept my PC in the later years. Originally, I used the desk for like schoolwork and stuff, but as I got more and more into video games, I kind of slacked off on the schoolwork and just started playing other video games. It's weird sitting in my office right now and seeing how this room was designed, like bright light blue. I would never have a room painted light blue like this now. And all the decorations that I had and stuff that I just would not have now, as I've just outgrown them. There was a stage I had in this room where I decided, you know what, I don't like the childish things anymore, so I just sort of plastered posters everywhere. So I had like loads of different types of posters, but it's kind of hard to hide the fact that it is just a children's room if you don't know actually how to decorate. Throwing posters on the wall doesn't really change from the fact that it is bright blue. I may add that a lot of decorations in this room aren't completely accurate. It's kind of what I've just got from memory, so I can't remember exactly what the pattern on a rug is and stuff like that. I do remember though that I had this little cupboard here which actually had another little doorway in it which went into our garage roof. But in this cupboard is where I kept like old toys and stuff. There was a door on it, but it's kind of hard to make a door that small that works in Minecraft, so I just had to keep the door off it for now. It looks like a walk-in closet, but you got to remember that I'm 10 years old in this picture right here. In fact, you have to bend down and sort of crawl into it. It wasn't a complete walk-in cupboard, but it did have a little window in it, which was unique, a little sort of skylight window. But I'll give you a proper tour in a second, so we're about to go have a look around the room. We're just going to add a few final decorations in that I do remember having. I'll go through them in more detail in a second. This build took me about 3 or 4 hours, so there's quite a lot of detail in this room in comparison to our regular house, and I'm proud of how it turned out. Let's go have a look around, shall we? So outside my room, I had my name above the door saying Joel, like this. This is not what the hallway looked like. It wasn't just a field of grass. But there were some stairs here like this, so you come up in my room, be the first on the left. And here we have it. This is so weird to see. Like, honestly, it is like being at home when I was 11 again, which is mad. So, let me explain a few things. This was my sofa. It was a horrible grey colour like this, but I didn't choose it. It was just an old sofa my parents had, and it's actually still there right now. It's a sofa bed, and I'm pretty sure it's about 35 years old or something like that, so it's older than me by quite a bit. I had a little mirror here which was race car themed. Apparently my mum decided to make my room race car themed at one point, so there was some race car little bits around here, and then there's this race car washing basket as well, which isn't this wide that I could actually fit in it. I guess it was when I was 11. This was like a little disco light thing that was hanging down. I had all these little LED lights on the ceiling here, which was really cute. All these books. I used to read a lot of books. I kind of just listen to books now rather than read them. This was like a weird little thing I had where it's kind of had like these little plastic discs, and there was a game. I didn't really remember what the game is called, but it was kind of fun. 3 wardrobes here where I kept all my clothes, and some drawers as well. This is a Simpsons poster. Doesn't look like it, but all the yellow bits were all the Simpsons characters at the time. I had a little photo here, plus some other little photos of me and my friends, which I couldn't make because it was so small. Can't remember what this is, but it was like some sort of painting. I had a little bedside table with this sort of toilet brush type lamp. It was weird, but it was blue. And that was my alarm clock that I remember. Didn't look exactly like that, but kind of similar. My bed actually had like airplanes on it or race car stuff. As I was 11, please don't judge me. And then a little window out my bed looking out in that way as well. I put my PC in, although this wasn't here when I moved in, but this is where I made my like first Minecraft videos. I'd sit at a chair here next to a clock that my mum got me from Prague. I think there's actually a painting here that I forgot to put in. This thing here was like a little blue netted thing that had some stuffed toys from my childhood. Had some little things on the windowsills as well, and a little painting over here, and the light switch. I realised I actually had another light hanging from the ceiling here. It's probably a bit bigger than that, but it was sort of like funky little silver style. This was the cupboard, which is very small with a little window looking out over here. Cactus on the window, and the most important part, the train set. And the thing that I didn't really show you in the time lapse was the train set actually went around the entire room like that. I had a little bridge there, and it went all the way around, and then you sort of had the main section bit in here, which I thought at the time was absolutely brilliant. I was in love with that. I also had this poster of a border collie on my wall because I always wanted a dog, but my parents wouldn't let me get one, so I had to settle for a poster there. And now guess what? I have a dog because I'm an adult and I can do what I want. Oh yeah. Speaking of my parents, if there was anyone who was an expert in what this looked like, it would be my mum. So let's FaceTime her and give her a quick tour. Alright, so just wanted to show you something I built in Minecraft. You might recognise it. Let me flip my screen. Do you recognise this?
Yeah, isn't it that? Is it the, your bedroom?
Yeah. from when we first moved in.
Yeah.
Got like the bed over here, and we got like, I'm not sure if you remember that I had that sort of weird little table thing with the game on it.
That game on it, yeah.
Simpsons poster and the lights and stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a photograph of that for reference?
No, I used an old video of when I did like a setup tour ages ago and got like the train set up here as well.
And you got your train set on there and everything, and the shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Not bad, isn't it?
New Lux windows with no blinds on them.
Yep, still no blinds on them. The entire time I lived in this room, I really wanted some blinds for those windows as they let in so much light, but my mum's response was always that she was in the middle of making them. After living there for 10 years, they were never made. But yeah, I was building it for a video. I thought it would be quite fun.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, really good. I like the way you've got the shelf all going around the room and everything with the bits on it, you know,
And the train, yeah.
and everything. And Dad's shelving unit. Put Dad's shelving unit on so I can see it there. Oh, yeah, with the 3 drawers and everything.
And all the books.
Yeah,
Not bad, right?
Looks really good, yeah.
Do I get your seal of approval?
Yeah, you do.
Alright, that's all I wanted to show you. So I think I'll call that a success as she recognised the room instantly. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video. If there's anything else you would like to see me build in crazy detail, let me know in those comments down below. I was thinking of doing a big project sometime soon, like I've done Hogwarts in the past, but I just kind of want to think of something to build, and now with the Chisel and Bits mod, anything is possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you another time. Goodbye.